I'm going to give you a video demo on another React application that I created, which is a shopping cart application. So what this shopping cart application does is that it allows users to add products and view a list of products that are already present in a database. The user can add a new product, edit an existing product, or delete any of the products that are currently in the database. The user can also add these products to a cart and then remove it from this particular cart. So I am going to go over the rubric items that are over here and then basically show how the application works and all of the criteria that is mentioned over here. So initially, first we have this part of the rubric, which is a GitHub repository with all of the functionalities implemented: show products, add to cart, create, and connect it to Firebase. So this is the GitHub repository over here that has all of the code and all of the details of how of what the application is, all of the features, how to install this and run this on your own system locally, and the way that it was built, and the things that I have encountered and the challenges that I faced while building this project. This project has also been hosted on the web. The URL is present in this README file in the GitHub repository, and it also has the MIT license. So let's go ahead and take a look at this application. Clicking on this link should take you to the web application over here. So this is what our application looks like. So this covers the part of show products, where we are basically listing all of the products that we have existing in our database. For our database, we are using Firebase as a backend for this particular application. So let us go over the other parts, which is add to cart and create a product. So these are the products that I have, and suppose I want to add a bed frame to my cart. So right now, if you can see, if I click on this, my cart is empty because it has nothing inside it. So I will head back over to my home page and try to add something into my cart. Right, so if I want to add this bed frame over here, I added this, and if you can see here, it has increased in number. Suppose I want to add this smart light bulbs as well. If I add it, it increases the number to 2 as well. Again, clicking on this cart shows us what all we have in our cart. It gives us the total of the items that are present in the cart. We also have a functionality which is to remove this particular product. So removing that product updates the total and is only considering the items that are in the cart. So I'm going to head back to the home now and show you how this is connected to Firebase. So what is being listed over here in this particular homepage is being listed out from this collection called products. So this has multiple set of documents where each of them has fields called product name and product price, which is basically the name of the product and its price. So let me also show you how else we have Firebase included in this. So right now, if you can see, we have one item in our cart, right? So I'm just going to reload this page, and if you can see, we have another collection called cart, which has only one item in this, which is the bed frame. If I go ahead and remove this item as well, and go back to my Firebase Firestore and reload this page, it clears it out. So yeah, this is how this is connected to Firebase. Remove from cart, we just saw. Implements pagination. So one second, I think I missed create products. So I'm going to go over that and also go over how pagination works in this part. All right. So right now, if you can see, we have 3 pages, and each of these pages have a list of 20 items. So once it crosses 20 pages, it creates a new page. So as of now, we have 41 items. So I'm just going to very quickly create one more product. All right. Okay, I'm just going to say something like a shoe rack, and we're going to say this cost us $40, and I'm going to add this product. Okay, let's head back home, and here we can see the shoe rack has been added. So this is over here. And if you can see on the third page, we have 2 products here now because we added one more product right in the first page. So this is basically how pagination works, and I will go over how pagination works further on as I go on to explain more of this. So yeah, list the last 20 products, add buttons for switching to the next page, last page, etc. So if I go here, I'm going back to the second page, and if I go here, I'm going back to the third page. Going to the third page disables this last button, and going to the first page disables this button. Okay. And then we have completes the Firebase module, which is basically CRUD operations on our product. So we are just going to go over how we can edit a particular product and delete it. We already saw how we can add a new product. So I'm going to first try to edit this shoe rack item that we had created initially. So I'm going to make it say $30, and I will update the product. Okay, if I head back home, we can see this has been updated. So this covers the update part of our operation. And if we want to remove this item, I just have to simply click on delete, and it is out of our list of products. Then heading over, we have project deploy provides a working URL, and this, as you had seen, was in the GitHub repository. One second. Yep, there we go. Right, it is over here. I also want to highlight what was the hardest and the most rewarding parts of my process. So I think the hardest part for me was to implement the pagination, where if I add a new product, it needs to create a new page. So I'm just going to very quickly go over how this works, right? So if I have to delete this product, Okay, if we scroll down, we are down back to 2 pages, which is now telling us that we have 40 items. If I create another product, okay, and I'm going to make that $20, if I add the product, so now I have 41 items. If you can see, this has been added, and some of the items have just been rearranged, and they are very randomly being displayed on this homepage. The most rewarding part for this is the fact that so create new product and editing a product heads over to the same page. If you can see in the URL here, I have something called product form when I click on add product, and if I go ahead and click on edit as well, I have the same URL. And what I'm doing, which is basically the same page implementation, what I'm doing differently in both of these components and how I'm displaying very different items on this is by adding something called an action parameter. So over here it says edit, which means that it has to display an update, which means that it has to display this particular screen. And if I click on create new product, my action is add. So how I've done this and how this has been a very rewarding part of the process for me is in my landing page, right, I have this create new product button, which is this particular link, this URL that we just saw, this URL that we just saw. And inside this landing page, I'm displaying each of my items, which is each of these products, as you can see over here. So inside product item function, I have another button which says edit, which redirects me to product form, action, edit, and I'm also passing a product ID. So why I'm passing this is to basically pre-fill all of the data that is existing over here, like this, right? So this gaming console and 350, this is how it gets displayed. So what I'm doing is picking up the ID and doing a quick fetch into my database, and I'm basically going into this products collection and looking through these documents and finding that particular document which has this ID of 0xx5z. Oh, it's right here, right? It's right, this one, and then I'm fetching these products. And 1 second. Right, so product form is basically what it redirects to. So how I'm making the difference of showing two different types of content on the same page is by using something like this, right? So what I'm doing is I'm fetching the action from the parameter, and based on the action, I am deciding what to do. If it says, if my action is an edit action, I am setting this as update product, which is being reused in the header part over here, which basically displays my update product over here. And then I'm using a fetch product details using the product ID, right? As I mentioned, the ID over here, this particular ID, I'm using this to do a quick fetch into my database where I'm getting this particular product details. And then what I'm doing is I have a name ref. So what name ref is basically a reference to this particular input in the form that I have over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just pre-filling that value and keeping it as what Firebase gives me based on this product ID that I have passed to Firebase. It fetches me this product, and then I'm just updating the name ref with the product name and the price ref with the product price. So when in case if the action is add, I have set product action as add product, which again over here, if I click on create new product, is displayed over here. If you notice, the difference between these two pages also has in the button, it also says add product here and it says update product here as well. So I've used a similar format to just display what I want on the button. So clicking on this button again has its own functionalities. So when I click on add product, I wanted to add a new product to Firebase, and when I click on update, I wanted to update an existing product. So based on this function, I am doing this action if else block again, where if it is an edit one, I'm updating the product ID, the name, and the price, which is what the user has entered, which is a new value. And on add, I'm again just adding product name and product price. Why I don't need product ID over here is because I'm not redirecting to a particular product or existing ID, and I'm going to create an entirely new one, right? So on add new product and on update product are two functions over here that I have defined, which basically creates a new item inside my database, inside the products collection. And what this does is it goes to that particular product item using the ID and then updates the details over there. So what that does is it will pick the particular ID and then just go and update the things over there. Another thing that I also want to highlight in this is if I suppose add this to my cart, right? Smart light bulbs. So if you can see, this is now in my cart, but if I go home and I want to delete this product, so if I go ahead and just say delete, this goes back to 0, which means that it has also been removed from my cart. So this is how these products and my backend is working hand in hand to reflect what exists and what does not exist in this application. So yeah, this is all I have to show you for this demo, and thank you.